Okay, there goes the guy test driving, or is he test driving? What's going on? Here's a dark horse next to me. Wonder is one of those, right? So, if anybody out there thinks that nobody's buying cars, I mean, it's the same old story, man. People are buying cars. I mean, that's the reality. And I got Marcus here to help me out. So he's gonna get the tag. You're gonna get the tag, and he's
Sorry,
gonna.
my back here.
No, you're good, man. So I got a YouTube channel. If you don't want to, if you don't want to be on it, you don't have to be. But it's a nice YouTube channel. I have lots of cool cars and trucks, and I saw you out front when I pulled in, but I needed that charger back there to charge my truck. That's why I backed out and left.
I got you.
I saw you. I wasn't leaving you because I didn't want to talk to you. I had to get that charger over there. That truck, I have 38 miles to go, and I got like 20 miles left. So I thought, you know what I'm gonna do?
You get a little charge in while you're on the test.
Right, and so I've just, I have all the Ford vehicles. I got the Ford Bronco. I know this. Just so you know, I've bought a lot of stuff here for you guys. Okay. So I know the Brits. Oh, they know me, and so I'm very familiar with this area. Just so you know. And so here's the thing. I've owned now 4 Raptors. I just picked up a 37 Raptor, but I've never owned the Raptor R, but I've never driven it.
Not yet.
I've been waiting for them to start popping when they start trading them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of starting to happen. So for me, cool, by accident, I saw this truck 2 days ago on the your website.
Yeah.
And I was gonna maybe come by yesterday, but it was downpouring rain, and I had too much going on.
Good day.
Yeah. So anyways, I today, just by accident, I'm out working in the field, and I came back in, and I thought, you know what I can do? I can go get my truck charged while I go test out this Raptor R.
Oh yes, sir.
And that's what I'm doing. So I'm here for the fun time because, and I've driven the Ram TRX. And I've just about have bought one many times, but I like the Raptor better. The Raptor just has...
a little bit smoother.
Oh, man. So this thing launches. Yeah. That's pretty cool. So it definitely... Woohoo!
Super lightweight.
Oh, my gosh, man. This to me, this gives me more inertia than that Ram TRX. Exactly. Wow. I mean, sincerely, this is badass. This is dangerous because I'm a Raptor guy. Raptors ride. I just like the suspension. I think they have a better suspension on them. And I've had, if I bought this would be my 5th Raptor in the last 7 years. So, oh my gosh, this is the danger. I knew it. I'll drive this and I'll want it. But it really is. I'm really taken back on how you really do feel the power.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Versus the Ram TRX, you feel it, but it didn't feel like that. Yeah. And we're not even in the race mode. So we're not even right now. So technically, we got to go into the sport mode here. So now, we just opened up the ECM. So this thing actually has just a little bit more grunt, a little bit more out of it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Woo! This blows away the TRX. Oh my gosh, I've never felt, to watch my channel, I've never felt that freak mode. I mean, this is a lot of truck. It's what happens when this thing launches. You're like, whoa, because it's so much material. I've never felt that in that Ram TRX. And I just came off the line. Oh my gosh, wow. I mean, borderline, you may screw yourself up because it's just so much truck. Wow, holy crap! So I've had the most recent GT500s, and I just sold those because I was waiting. Now I have the new Mustangs. I got the new Dark Horse, which I'm putting a Whipple supercharger on it, and I got the GT Mustang. I've already modded that, lowered it.
You want to go Whipple or twin turbo?
Well, I've already. I'm sorry. Oh, I've already gotten Whipple. I've already ordered it. It's now going on close to 4 months, and they haven't built it yet. I'm really getting worried. I bought it back in December, and they said it'd be like 12 weeks, 8 to 12 weeks to build it. So I got a whole project car on a brand new Dark Horse, sitting back at my shop, and I got a GT brand new, 2 Vapor Blue Mustangs, and I've got that. I've already put the Steed lowering springs on it, support shorty shifter, exhaust system, and I was debating, do I go with the Whipple on that or whatever. Now we're at the back roads, And so this is where these trucks are a lot of material. I mean, and I back there because this has a heavier front end because of this supercharger. I've got the V6 twin turbo. But when you throw a V8 motor with a supercharger, my guess would be this is about 200 pound, maybe 300 pound more weight in the front end. And so I'm just kind of wondering if you kind of feel that when you drive this truck in the back roads. But so far, I mean, it's very free-spirited and badass. This thing's badass. And it has the factory exhaust on it, I believe. Am I right or wrong?
You are right.
So you think we should go right or left? What would you do?
I'll take a right.
Okay. And there goes a freaking Dodge. Oh my gosh. Very impressive. Very impressive. And then you have to say to yourself, the guy had his fun with his truck, and then he got rid of it. But when you're getting 12 miles per gallon and paying $4+ a gallon for fuel, I kind of get that. So have you actually ridden in this truck?
I have. I've driven it myself.
You've driven this?
Yes, sir.
So you know it?
Yeah.
So you know, you're like, okay, so have you ever driven a Ram TRX?
I have not, no.
Ah, that's too bad, because I wish you'd have said you did, because if you did,
So I can compare them both.
you would, then I think that you'd be able to sit in the seat and go, this is better. I mean, I've driven, you know, so for me, I've driven numerous times in Ram TRX trucks, and I just can't get overly excited. I've tried to buy them, the deals just don't ever kind of go down, but I'm just not
I've
like...
driven a Ram. I've never driven the TRX.
Yeah. Well, the Ram TRX, it's much more like just a really stiff truck.
That's
It's just
what
like
I've heard.
you know, versus these Raptors have such more of that Baja suspension, even though I know the Ram does, but these,
It's a lot lighter. So I feel like it's a little bit more smooth.
all right. This is a beast, man.
Oh, yeah.
This thing rocks. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Yeah, everybody watch my channel face. Shows the damn truck, man. Well, I got this exact same truck in a 37 with the V6 twin turbo. That's the Antimatter Blue. But I got the Raptor. I got a lot of things. So the challenge would be for my YouTube channel, what would I sacrifice for this? Should I mean, right now, would I sacrifice my Raptor for this? I would. Hell yeah. I've already had 5 Broncos.
You take this right.
And I've had 2 Raptor Broncos. And so, would I get rid of that for this? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not really going to get into it, because this thing's so freaking quick, you will get yourself in trouble. There's no doubt. It's a lot of material, and if you're not really in tune with this truck yet, you're going to do the wrong thing. I bet you kind of felt that. If you kind of got in this truck, you're probably like, ooh, you know. If you don't really know your boundaries in this thing, you're going to probably be like, uh-oh.
Exactly.
Wow. She's so confident. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, this is fun. Yeah, can we pull this deal off, everybody? So this would be number 7 since January if I buy this. Last year I bought 33 or 34 vehicles.
Wow.
So-
Separate?
No, I'm buying all types of stuff. Mopars.
What's your favorite car you've ever owned?
Okay, I've bought 500 cars in my lifetime.
Okay.
So
You don't have
that's
a favorite?
always, that's a hard answer, because each one has its own personality. So I just picked up a used 2015 Camaro Z28, and oh my gosh, that thing is just, I mean, I'm blown away, because I got the supercharged Hellcat red eyes, take right, straight, what am I doing?
Straight.
So I don't go these back roads back here, so I don't know all these roads, and you know that. So it's very challenging to answer that question, because I love cars, love trucks, SUVs, you know, so it's very challenging to answer that question.
Okay.
The Raptor, I mean, the Raptor trucks have always been my favorite. Yeah, I'll talk forever, right? Everybody, have you watched my channel? My poor sales guy, he had to hook up with the Iceman, didn't he? Does the guy get an extra tip for just riding around and listening to me? All right, wow. All I can say is, wow, that truck is a beast. Ford did it right. That thing feels so much more potent than Ram TRX. I'm not lying. It feels so much more potent. That is just, wow. I just can't get over how nice that is. Oh, that's dangerous. Yikes. All right, I'm leaving, but I don't have anything here to give them. So for this deal to go down, I have to bring something else. What would I, what do I give them? I mean, here's the thing. Sincerely, if I want that truck, and that truck, that is the baddest ass supercharged truck I've ever driven. That thing is badder ass than my Super Snake truck I had. You think about this. I had a 2-door lowered Super Snake Shelby truck. It never kicked me in the ass like that truck just did. I mean, wow. Here we are, 51 miles. So even after all that on their so-called supercharger, and I've been here at least an hour, we gained basically 30 miles. And that's not much. Gotta get out of here without injuring anybody as I'm talking to you. And there she is. So when you nail that thing, it literally launches. I mean, that whole truck, that whole front end of that truck just lifts up. I mean, it is, borderline nerve-wracking when you nail that truck. I'm not lying. It's like, whoa. I mean, it's an incredible inertia, and you can just feel that the truck's massive. So once it kind of gets going, you look down the speedometer, you're like, wow. So that truck, in my views, my own experience of driving Ram TRX, the Ram TRX has never given me that type of thrill. Never has. And for anybody out there that's a Ram TRX guy, I might hear deliberately saying that your truck isn't badass. I'm just telling you, if you watch my channel, I have driven those Ram TRXs over and over again, and I have nailed them. I have never experienced the inertia, the feeling that I just got out of that Ford Raptor R. It's huge. And I think that for the race statistics, I don't think the Raptor R blows away the TRX. I think they're pretty much head to head. But the way it feels like night and day of how that thing launches itself over the Ram TRX, which is very interesting. I mean, wow. The wow factor, yes, the wow factor, huge. So for me, what would be really cool if I gave up my Raptor 37, if I gave that up for that would make the most sense. But the problem is, Ford Motor Credit's not going to give me that type of exposure of going way over what I already have. I'm into them with. That's going to be the challenge. So I can't see that really working out per se on that end. So that would be challenging on the personal side and how that deal went. The Raptor 37's in my personal name. Then you go to the company side of my business, then I got the other vehicles, and that's where that's probably the only way the deal would get done. I'd have to go to giving up the Bronco Raptor, and my guess would be probably, I don't know, do I give up the Tremor truck? But I don't know if it's going to have enough equity. I don't know. It starts to get confusing and complicated, and does the deal even go down? Wow. And here's, I don't know. Wow. And here we go. Here we got the low range warning already. So the good news is I'm I think 25 to 30 miles from home. So I'll be all right. But it's going to be a thing. You plug this thing in, it'll be 15, 16 hours of charging. Here's something that's pretty crazy. Here's a very young man I met back in 2018 when I bought my Chevy LTZ Silverado pickup at Coons Chevrolet. Really nice young man. And I just saw him again. What's crazy is I was pulling up some old pictures of back when I had my Chevrolet pickup truck, which that really was a nice truck. Got great fuel mileage. And there's a picture of him in that, what I saw. So I had a picture of him in front of my truck when I bought it. And what's the odds of me seeing him today here at Ted Britt Ford? And he's now the general sales manager at this location. Wow. Really great young guy. I know the blinkers on, but drive you nuts, doesn't it? Blinkers. So another day of, believe you guys or not, I've really thought this weekend I'd kind of not be making any videos. I'm not lying. I realized, what, I'll just take a little time out and I'll just, regroup and get the Monday morning conversations going and share the next agenda. But here's the challenge. Now I have another Carvana deal with a really nice Corvette Z06. And I've already committed to buying that, but I haven't. They haven't taken money out of my account. But technically right now, I have from now until Tuesday to get them the monies to actually make the deal official if I want the car sooner than later. And would this throw a whole loop in that? Yeah, it would. And this Corvette Z06 I found is so cool. And I'm sure a lot of people are like, okay, what? I'm thinking, hey, you know what? Wait till tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow. So stay tuned for the Raptor R. Does it play out? It's not cheap. That's why the only way that deal to me would make any sense, I'd have to give up 2 vehicles. It's just too expensive. It's just, it's too much money. So is it worth it? Wow. Man, I tell you what, if you watch my channel, I could say for somebody to watch, like, this guy just so full of baloney. I'm telling you what, that Raptor R, that's the baddest ass truck ever I've ever driven with that type of power. And I'm blown away in how supposedly my Super Snake 770 truck, had all this power. I never have felt that kickback like that Raptor R did. That freaking thing is just so, it's incredible. And that's the Ram TRX. I drive that truck, and I'm always kind of like, it's a cool truck. It got a lot of power, but it's kind of like, where is it? I nail that Ram TRX, and it's like, yeah, the truck gets up the road, but it doesn't give you that kick in the pants type of feel. And here's the thing, with me sharing this Raptor R that's used, I'll be blown away if somebody doesn't watch my channel and go over there and try to buy it. But you know what? I'll tell you straight up, it's not a big deal. There's going to be many more Raptor Rs, I think, starting to populate and come in the market. I just think that's going to kind of start to play out. It's just the trend of people buy stuff, they have their day with it, and then they get rid of it. Who does that? Yeah, you're looking at one guy on a YouTube channel that does that. So, anyways, yeah, somebody finds out that, hey, man, really cool Raptor R. Yeah, whatever, man. God bless you. If you get it, great. Wasn't meant to be. I get it. There'll be another day. There'll be another Raptor R. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of plays out for tomorrow. And once again, now, it's about, do I move forward with this or that? It gets complicated, doesn't it? On this windy Sunday, spring forward the clock, this is the type of day where the day just goes by so quickly because you feel like it's noon, but it's not noon, it's 1 o'clock, and actually it's close to 2 o'clock. So then tomorrow morning you'll figure it all out. You have to get out of bed and go to work. Like, oh my gosh, I thought it was like 6 o'clock. No, it's 7 o'clock. So as always, appreciate everybody watching my channel. And do I give any more yabba dabba doing today? I don't think I am. I think I'm going to save everything for tomorrow. Give you more up to date. What do I do? What do I give up? Does the deal go down? Is it worth it? That truck's badass. Wow. Yeah, and once again, if you're so much my channel, but you give up that 2-door race truck for that? I tell you what, if you drove that Raptor R and you just experienced what I experienced, I'd be willing to bet you'd be like, yeah, I think I could part with that truck for that type of ride. Sincerely. Yeah. You never know. Stay tuned. Oh man, in some ways I still wish I was in Florida. Gator Nationals and HRAs this weekend. Tony Stewart's down there. There's some pretty cool things going on down there at the Gainesville Gator Nationals. And then you got the Daytona Bike Week. You got the Daytona Motorcycle Hooligan Bagger Series racing. Oh my gosh, what a blast. You're down there in Florida. If I was out in Florida, I'd be at one of those 3 events for sure. I would literally be either at the Gator Nationals. I would have probably gone to the motorcycle races just because I haven't been to a live one of those. I've been to the live drag racing, but anybody that wants to tune into TV, you should be looking for these on YouTube. they have a lot of not live, but I guess maybe it is live. I'm not even sure, but you can see a lot of this stuff on YouTube because a lot of times the main networks anymore don't show this stuff. So look it up for the hooligan motorcycle racing and the Bagger Series racing and the Gator Nationals. So, anyways, just something to think about. If you're hanging out, want to see some pretty cool racing, I think that's good stuff. Oh, it's the same old story in this truck. 24 miles to empty. I got 11 miles to home, but it'll be a little longer than that because I'm going to take the back way, which will probably give me some more regen, but it just doesn't end, man. And you know what? YouTube subscribers out there is always saying, plug in the lightning. I could have plugged this damn truck in last night, but I went to work today, only think I'd go to like one area, which ended up being one area, then I had to go to a whole nother area, which changed me going from like 100 miles today to having to go like 150, 160 miles today. That's why I'm fighting the damn truck again. It's because yesterday I wasn't planning on doing this much driving, and I just didn't feel like putting the truck in the garage after moving so much stuff around yesterday. And I really should just make an exterior plug for this truck because I can't stand plugging this thing in my garage, and it ties up so much space. It's a total drag. So I really need to convert to an outdoor plug, but you have to buy a special GFI breaker that's like $300 if I'm correct. It's very expensive. I could be exaggerating on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's a very expensive breaker you have to put in the panel to have an outdoor connection to protect it from the water and short anything out. But I really need to relocate that plug. Oh my gosh, it just doesn't end, does it? Or can you get a longer plug? Or can you get a longer cable? I don't know. I should look into that actually, shouldn't I? Wouldn't that be a smarter thing to do? Just get a longer cable? From the, yeah, I can't see how you could, because if that's that Ford accessory, it comes with the truck, who the hell knows? 14-mile range, a little 8.8 miles, so got about a 5-mile discrepancy of change. I mean, I'm going to be going down back roads, so I think I'll gain back some stuff here, but oh my gosh. I'm down to this. It seems like lately I get this thing down to 4 or 5 miles before it goes kaput. And had I not pulled over, I never would have made it home. But I have to go to a charger station, which I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to sit around a damn parking lot for half an hour. Oh, the challenges of the Iceman, right? Yeah. So if I could trade the Lightning for that, wouldn't that be cool? That's never going to happen. Plus, I don't know. Part of me says just don't get rid of the electric vehicles. Got my own superstition on that one. Yeah. Oh, the pretty scenery here as the change of season is here. It's just incredible on how spring is here. All the trees are starting to bud. Wow. It just seems like yesterday I was showing you a video of the trees thinning out with fall and winter upon us. Just incredible. You know, I just thought to myself, that one gentleman I met there at the dealership, he was with Kuhn's for quite a long time. And I got to thinking, I wonder why he left. And I thought, oh, I know why. Asbury Automotive Group has bought out Kuhn's. I think it's just a matter of time before a lot of long-term employees decide to go somewhere else, because I just think it's inevitable that the way Asbury Automotive Group is going to run the dealership will be just quite the opposite of what Mr. Kuhn's used to do. And I mean, I already know, like when I sell my cars years ago, and you know, just up until really last year, if I had extended warranties and gap and tire and wheel, when we would trade the car in, the dealership would give me credits for those monies to go towards another deal. They won't do that anymore, which really sucks, because that could be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. See, sometimes even $6,000 or $7,000 of add-ons to the deal that they would just go ahead and put towards the new deal, and then the dealership would just collect those monies, and I would not collect them when the cancellations are made. So they won't do that anymore, which that hurts, because that could help you offset a lot of money being put down in the car, because you had all those add-ons that are included in the payoff of the vehicle. And now it's even so bad now that you have to personally yourself go to the extended warranty companies yourself now to ask for the monies to be refunded to you. And Asbury Automotive Group won't even do that anymore, because before they would just, Kuhn's Baltimore Ford or Sterling Ford or whoever it may be I'd buy a car from, they would issue me a check for the monies once the loan had been paid off and the refunds had been given back to the dealership for those add-ons. So now, I'm not embellishing here, now I have to go to Ford or the Tire and Wheel company or whatever aftermarket company you use for me to get them to process all the paperwork and then write me a check. So it's just more work. So, and I get what's going on. Asbury Automotive Group doesn't want to have to dedicate the time of the paper trail and have personnel having to do that work, and in so many ways them having to spend the money to give back to the customer. So the changes here, and I'll be very intrigued to see some key people I know, the Kuhn's organization, if they're still there next year or by the end of this year, because it just takes time. Anybody knows when new management comes in, it doesn't happen instantly. Usually it just takes time for the way they handle things and practice and do things, that the irritation factor gets to a level where you're like, yep, I'm out. All right, that's been called a day of not even planned. I never ever planned today to go check out that Raptor R today. Now, when I saw it on Friday evening, I was thinking to myself, maybe Saturday I'd go check it out, maybe. But I was so busy yesterday selling my John Deere equipment, and the rains were just heavy all day. There was no way I had any time to go do that. It wasn't meant to be. But then today, I was never even planning to be in that area. So that just all played out by accident. So, and does the deal go down? I don't know. I don't know. It's so cheap. The thing is, it's all about the finance person. If you just don't have a really well-trained, I should say more veteran, just a really long-term finance person in a dealership, it's very hard for them to overcome the objections for my addictions. And you really have to have the finance person spent at the dealership 10 or 20 years that has relationships with people that can get the no's to yeses. Typically what I witness when you have a newer finance person that comes in, there's nobody who's going to put their neck on the line for this person. They just don't know them. And on the back end, you're just not going to do any real favors because it's just too risky. And for you take the fall at the end of the day if the Iceman, crashes. All right, here we go. And we're supposed to have up to 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts through today and tomorrow. Wow. Oh, yabba dabba. Just look at my property. You're going to see the trees are budding. The grass is going to start turning. And yeah, look at that. I'm sure you can see that through the camera. Yeah, well, today I'm just going to go ahead and park the truck in the garage. But something else has to be. That's the challenge. Is that, now when I pull this truck in there, that means I'm going to keep my Dark Horse out and about, which I'm not excited about that. That's why if I had any brains, I would have put a plug on the exterior part of this barn. We're going to park the truck next to the barn and wouldn't have this constant challenge. So I just like having a used car lot here, trying to get things moved around. Now the winds are so strong that it's very risky, because they could, as I back in my barn, hopefully there's nothing in, as many cars I have and everything, easily I could park something in there and not paying attention, I'd back right into it. So here we are, tight as all get out. Too tight, too much stuff, man. Anybody watch my channel be like, yeah, man, you got too much stuff. I don't disagree. It's the Iceman addict. And I want to get another car? Yeah, right. Exactly. Enemies here laughing. I'm sure they are. You just need another freaking vehicle in your garage. Yeah, I hear ya. Everybody watching my channel like, dude, you got the same damn truck right there. It just has a V6 motor in it. Why the hell would you go through all the aggravation and buy something else, a big V8 motor in it? I agree. Why would I do that? I mean, why give up some other badass vehicles just to have now a Raptor that has a badass motor in it? Yeah, I know. I hear you. Doesn't make any sense. Does Iceman make any sense? I mean, I get it. All right, everybody. That's it. Call it a day. Stay tuned for the morning conversations. And what do we talk about tomorrow? What is the agenda? What is the Corvette story? Yeah, I've got Corvette stories for you if you want to stay tuned for that. So, as always, God bless. Have a great Sunday. And tune in for the morning conversations.